the first list I made for the 2020 fall fragrances that I was gonna be wearing, I guess since it had some high-end stuff like Ursa and Oud for Greatness mixed in with some cheapies, that wasn't good enough. So somebody suggested I do a fall top 10 cheapie list. You asked for it, here it is. Stay tuned. All right, now, before we get started with this list, I have some honorable mentions, and I've mentioned all of these when I picked them up. I did a first impression on them, so if you want to go back and see what I said about them, check out my past videos. But starting off, I have like 6 honorable mentions. The first one I actually was gonna throw on the list, but I changed my mind because, for one, I haven't done a review on it. I just got it maybe a few weekends ago, and it is from Enrique Iglesias. It is Adrenaline. And this is one I believe Ashton from Gent Sense talked about, and I wasn't one to go out and jump and purchase it, but I was in a Bell's. If you saw that video, I was doing like another road trip video, and I found this one. I think it was like $5 or $6, so I jumped on it. And this is actually not a bad fragrance at all. Sweet, but not overtly sweet to where it's sickening or something like that. It's just sweet. I don't know what the notes are in it. I haven't looked it up, but very nice smelling fragrance. I think this will work well in the fall. Not sure if it will work like in winter where it's like extreme cold, but it doesn't get that cold here. But Enrique Iglesias Adrenaline. Next up, I've talked about this house several times, and I actually have piqued some people's interest because I get messages all the time about these fragrances. But this is one I mentioned, but not as much as the other. This is Imperial number 8. And this is one of those dark, spicy kind of fragrances. It falls into the category of stuff like Nuit de l'Homme, Valentino Uomo Intense. It kind of falls into that category. So that's what you're gonna get if you're looking for this fragrance and you want to know what it resembles. It's in that ballpark, something dark, made for maybe nighttime, strong, very potent, long-lasting. Imperial number 8. And then 2 most recent of the 3 acquisitions that I've picked up. The first one is Sabhawa Oud by Rihanna. And if you're into oud fragrances, then definitely check it out. If you're not into like skanky or animalic type fragrances, I will say that I don't want to use the wrong words here. This is not, it may have like maybe some synthetic oud or something in it, but this is on the sweet side. So if you're not looking for something, like I said, skanky or animalic, then definitely check out Sabhawa Oud. Nice looking bottle, kind of reminds me of, I believe, the Xerjoff bottles a little bit. Cap doesn't click into place, it just sits on securely, but hey, you get what you pay for. Another one that oud lovers may love is this is Rihanna Oud, and I love this bottle. I don't care for the tassels, but another one that the cap doesn't click into place, it just snugly fits on there. Heavy bottle. This one is going to be on the animalic skanky side. So if that's what you're looking for, definitely check this out. Now, this is not going to be like one of those super high quality ouds, but it definitely works for me. And I'm not sure if that's like real oud inside of there, but you can see they put some stuff in it to float around in there. But anyway, not a bad fragrance. And all of these fragrances are around the $20 mark, except the Enrique Iglesias in the last one. But check this one out, Rihanna Oud. Another one that I got my hands on. This is from Swiss Arabia, and this is Oud Abyad. Definitely not unwearable, but it is on the strong side. So if you're not into strong oud, this is really not skanky or it does have a little bit of skank to it, animality, but it's not unwearable. To me, I love this fragrance. I'm glad I got it. Now I wanted to try the one with the gold in the gold bottle, but this one piqued my interest because another reviewer, and I can't remember his name, but he talked about this one also. But check this one out, y'all. Oud Abyad by Swiss Arabia. And last but not least, this one was actually gifted to me. It's a partial bottle, but this one is from the house of Montal, and this is Oud Amazing. And this is a fantastic smelling oud, and there went the top. There are definitely issues with these bottles, but for the most part, great smelling oud fragrance. I like it a lot. Like I said, this one was a partial. It was gifted to me by a subscriber some time back. They didn't care for it, and so that's how I ended up with it. Now this one is gonna be a lot higher than the other ones, even some of the ones on the actual list. But if you're looking for an oud fragrance and you're into the house of Montal, or you want to try it, then definitely get you a sample of it first before you make this purchase. But I love this fragrance, and not because somebody gifted it to me. I actually wore this not too long ago when it was still hot outside, and it worked fantastic for me. I work inside at my second job, so you know, air conditioned, perfect. So that's from Montal, y'all. Oud Amazing. And we're 7 minutes in, and I haven't even started the list yet, so you know this is gonna be a long one. All right, so let's get to it, y'all. Now my mental Rolodex doesn't work like other people. I can't remember a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not one of those people who sit on camera and act like they're perfect. But I wrote down some of the notes. I didn't write down all of them on most of these fragrances. Well, really all of these fragrances. So bear with me, y'all. Starting this list off, I actually have 11 fragrances here instead of 10. But I'm gonna put these first two together. These are from the house of genericperfumes.com. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already heard about this company. I've heard mixed reviews about them. Some people like them, some people don't. I'm one of the ones who likes them so far, especially these two fragrances. The first one I want to talk about is Valour. And I'm sorry it's not focusing. But Valour is this is their version of Valour. From the Spirit of Dubai, and this is actually an aquatic, and I didn't pick up on that when I first sprayed this. I just know that this is very potent. The oil concentration in this is stupid. This is an aquatic fragrance, and it has notes of jasmine, violet leaves. It has spices, sandalwood, and vanilla, along with a host of other notes I didn't care to write down. Very, very, very good fragrance. I don't care what other people have to say negatively about this fragrance company. Yes, I did have some issues. As you can see, I have a leakage issue still, but it doesn't stop me from wearing this fragrance. I haven't lost that much juice. I've used a lot of it. Very, very good fragrance. Even though this is an aquatic, this is potent enough that it can, I believe, get you through a strong cold winter's day or night. So that is the reason why I stuck this on the list, an aquatic fragrance. So I know some people are going to be like, huh? Yep, I stuck an aquatic on the fall list. This stuff is super potent. Next up, Rimal or Rimal, however you say it, R-I-M-A-L, is another fragrance. And this is also, I believe, from that same line, the Spirit of Dubai. This is phenomenal. This smells like nothing I have in my collection. I actually love this more than Valour and the other samples that he sent me. These two are the ones that actually stood out the most for me. This one has some notes of saffron, cinnamon, nutmeg, patchouli, and sandalwood. This is another potent fragrance. The oil concentration in these fragrances are stupid. Oh my God, these are very potent fragrances. So at least get you a sample of these fragrances from this company before you commit. Now you can get a 30 ml of these, and it is $19.99 for 50 ml, $29.99, and 100 ml is $49.99. So I don't think those prices are out of anyone's reach. That is right in the range of the majority of the people who are looking for something inexpensive. So give them a check. Next, this one I believe was bought for me either last year or the year before on my birthday. And my daughter bought one and my ex-wife bought me a friend. This is from Banana Republic. This is number 6 or 06 Black Platinum. And I didn't give this a fair assessment because Vintage Green actually took the cake. I love Vintage Green. That is a very citrusy green fragrance that stands out to me. It performs to the highest quality, if you ask me. I didn't give this one a fair shot. I sprayed it on one day on my hand or paper or something, and I didn't really care for it much. I have it on this tissue right here, but I looked the notes up on it, and it is definitely for fall. It can be worn in the fall. I am definitely going to give this some wearing this fall and winter. So with pink pepper, lemon, cactus pear, oak moss, patchouli, and it has leather in it. I like the scent more, especially now that I'm smelling it again. It's definitely not anything strong like any of the oud fragrances or any of these other fragrances that I'm going to show you in the collection, but I think it will work in an office setting. It's not stringent. It's not going to like mess with people's noses unless they just have a sensitive nose. But Banana Republic's Black Platinum. Next up, this is one I actually mentioned in the other video I did for fall. And I also said that my boy Sam Broom was the one who turned me and Trey on to this house in particular. This is from Robert Graham, and this is Valour. And I love the bottle. I wish I could have found the bottle with the actual, like you see on the top of this, it's like a dog head or something like that, like a bulldog or something. They have a cap that actually is the face of whatever they have on the top of these caps. I wish I could find that bottle, but hey, this works just as well. You have to find the right way to put this bottle on. There's grooves on here, so if you don't put it on correctly, it won't snap on. You have to find it, and then it'll snap into place. But nice looking bottle. I love this bottle. This is a sweet scent. It has coffee, sage, and amber. This is very potent. If you're not into sweet fragrances like this, then this may not be for you. This is good enough for me to have an actual backup bottle of it. So I have 2 bottles of it. Now there are some other ones he has that I wish I could find. I don't know why these are the only ones that are popping up in discounters. And I found these in Marshall's. Very nice fragrance. Check that one out. Number 8. This one actually was on that list also. From the house of LACOSTE. This is LHOMME LACOSTE Intense. And I said in the other video that the sweetness in this, I couldn't picture or couldn't figure out what it was. And somebody chimed in the video in the comment section and said there's a note of rhubarb in here. That is what gives it that sweetness. I love this fragrance. Oh, that is so nice. May not be suitable for winter, but in the fall when it's like slightly cool, it's breezy outside or something like that, perfect. And it smells so good in the air right now. This one has rhubarb, quince, mandarin, orange, ginger, and pepper, to name a few notes. So if you can find this one, and I know sometimes you see this fragrance, it may be what, $29.99 or $39.99 depending on the bottle size. I know I was seeing these in Ross. I'm not sure if I ever seen it in TJ Maxx. I may have, but if you find it in discounters, make sure you pay a decent price for it. Don't go out and overpay just because you heard somebody hype this fragrance. Do your homework. Make sure you get fragrances for a good price. That's the number 8 spot. Number 7. This actually is one that deserves to be on a fall and winter list, because once it hits fall and winter, it's like around Halloween, October, Thanksgiving in November, Christmas in December. And this one to me is more into like maybe Christmas time. I don't know why, it's the vibe that I get from it. But everybody knows this fragrance is Burberry London for men. This is a fragrance that I absolutely love to wear, especially around the holidays. Oh, that smells so good. If you are a lover of Opopanox, then this is definitely a fragrance you need to get your nose on. It has leather, tobacco leaf, and this is not a dry tobacco. It smells more like a wet tobacco. Kind of like CK Shock almost. This has Gaiac wood and mimosa, of all things. Very nice fragrance. Perfect for the holiday seasons. Like I said, this to me smells more like Christmas than anything else. But you know, around October, November, December is when people mostly should start pulling out this fragrance. Unless you're somebody like me who just wears what they want when they want, then hey. So number 7. 6. This one I actually got from another reviewer, and I can't remember whether it was Civilized Redneck or Motivated Living, one of the two. But anyway, this one, it piqued my interest when I first started buying from this company or this house, but I never got it. And one of those guys, I can't remember which one it was getting rid of it and said that it smelled like Tom Ford's Black Orchid. And I've never smelled Black Orchid before, and so I was like, whatever, it doesn't matter, I'm gonna try it anyway. And I got it, and this is Armaugh's Shades Wood Eau de Toilette. Now I hate this bottle design. Armaugh's is notorious for crappy bottle designs, but in most cases the fragrances that I've purchased from Armaugh's have been fantastic. I actually will do another review right after this one of a fragrance that I found that this resembles, and it does smell damn near identical to Tom Ford's Black Orchid. I think I did wear this once. Now, if you're not into feminine or female smelling fragrance or unisex fragrances, then this may not be for you. This does have rose in it, So it is kind of floral. There's geranium, cloves, cumin, pepper. There's argar wood. There's other notes in this. I didn't write all of them down, but definitely not going to be for somebody who isn't into feminine type fragrances. This does have a feminine vibe to it, in my personal opinion, but I wear it anyway. That's just me. So, Shays Wood by Armand. One of my absolute favorites from this particular house. I don't care what other people say about Halloween Man X and all that other stuff. Halloween Man shot, and I voiced this in every post that I see pop up about other fragrances from this line. This is my absolute favorite. If you ask me what I think about a certain fragrance from this company, I'm gonna always tell you at the end of whatever I say that this is my absolute favorite. Halloween Man shot. This thing is amazing. Another fragrance that puts you in the mind frame of something like L'Envie de l'Homme or Valentino Olmo, Dior Homme Intense, and fragrances like that. This falls right in that line, but this is a little bit on the sweeter side because this does have, I think it was a daiquiri note in this. Fantastic fragrance. I actually had a bottle of this to begin with, and I think I traded it for something else, which was a dumb move. But a subscriber saw that I was, talking about getting it again, and they bought me a bottle and sent it to me. So this is it. This one has a lemon daiquiri cocktail note, cardamom, black pepper, iris, leather. So you can see it falls into that L'Envie de l'Homme, Valentino Olmo, Dior Homme Intense kind of vibe. Definitely, for the price, is worth the money. Halloween Man shot. This one also can be found in discounters. I think I had the original first, and then I ran across this one, which is the Parfum version, and I couldn't leave it in the store. I had to get it. Now, yes, the price tag at the time was a little bit higher. I think this was like $39.99, I believe it was, but I couldn't leave it, and I picked it up. And this is from the house of Issy. It is Nuit d'Issy Parfum. And definitely for the fall. Oh, that smells so good, man. Y'all just don't understand. Leather is in this. Vanilla, tonka bean, absolute. Well, tonka bean absolute, I should say. Patchouli. Perfect for fall, and I will say winter. Now, I don't know how this is gonna hold up because it's not one of those super aggressive heavy scents, but if you work inside, definitely will work. Outside, I'm not gonna say yeah or no, but in the fall when it's not that cold, perfect. So check this one out if you can find it at a decent price. I'm not telling you to go out and spend $50, $60, $70, $80, $90 on this, but if you can find it anywhere from that $20 to maybe $35, maybe $40 mark, yeah, check it out. Two of my most recent acquisitions, these came after I bought the other stuff that I mentioned in the honorable mentions in the beginning. I found these two, which is going to be my last two fragrances. I'm just going to group them together. Both of these are from the house of Banana Republic. Both of these can be had for 20 bucks. So whatever you find online, because I looked it up, and you can get these for like 40 something, 50 something, 60 something dollars. And you can get these. I got these at Burlington for 20 bucks, $19.99 from the house of Banana Republic. This one is tobacco and tonka bean and dark cherry and amber. Now I'm gonna give you what I think on the dark cherry and amber first. Now, if you're interested in these fragrances, then definitely check them out. I don't think on the dark cherry and amber, the performance off of my skin is worthy of having this bottle. I sprayed this on, and in a first impression video I did, within the first few minutes of spraying this on, that sexy ass dark chocolate and sweet amber in the beginning it was gone within like 3 to 5 minutes, and it like instantly dried down to a skin scent, and I was highly disappointed with this fragrance. So I'm not gonna bash it and say don't buy it, because that could be just off of my skin, and that's something that we need to get away from as reviewers, telling people what to buy and what not to buy. I suggest trying it out. If you can get somebody who has some decant bottles, if you can't get a decant or something of this from the website, then definitely find somebody who has it like me. I don't have any decant bottles, but if I can get some, I definitely decant some out. But definitely get some, try it on your skin and see if you like it or not, and then go from there. Because just because something didn't perform on me, I'm not gonna trash it and say it's, you know, don't buy it, don't do this and don't do that. That's just not in my book, in my nature. I can't do that. So this one was a disappointment to me, and I'm gonna tell you what it reminds me of. If you've ever smelled anything from Insurrection or Insurrection Pure or whatever you want to call it, they have one called Dark and one called Wild, and this is kind of what this smells like to me. And they're around the $20 mark also. Those are also not bad fragrances. They just don't work for everybody. I actually happen to like some of the fragrances from that Insurrection line also, and this kind of falls in that same category of Dark and Wild. So if you already have those, then skip this. If not, definitely you can give it a try and see what you think about it. But that's my take on that one. Now, being that I have not worn this fragrance yet, which is why I'm throwing it in this list, because these are fragrances that I am going to be wearing, sampling, testing out. So the next one I absolutely adore, Tobacco and Tonka Bean. Now I sprayed this one, I believe, on my right hand, and I sprayed the Dark Cherry and Amber on my left hand in that video. This one performed off of my skin out of the two. This smells phenomenal to me. Oh, that smells so good. That is what I'm looking for. This is not a dry tobacco. This is a wet tobacco. The Tonka Bean, I love Tonka Bean. I love sweet fragrances. If y'all do not know that about me by now, then something is wrong with y'all. I love sweet fragrances. This is right up my alley. I sprayed this on my right hand, and it lasted hours after I sprayed both of these on. It definitely outlasted the other one anyway, but very intoxicating type scent to my nose. I can't speak for anybody else, but for the most part, I think if you want to try something from these two fragrances, then definitely get your hands on this one. If you like tobacco, if you like Tonka Bean, this is the way to go. Check it out, y'all. So that's my list, man. Hopefully this satisfies y'all's thirst for a cheapie list. Like I said, all of these fragrances were around the $20 mark, with the exception of the Robert Graham Valour, and I believe the Nuit d'Issy. Both of these were higher than anything else. The LHOMME LACOSTE was higher than $20, but it was still reasonably priced enough, much lower than these two anyway. So that is all I have for y'all. Any more suggestions, y'all want to see another type list or whatever, leave that comment down below. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Here is to smelling great. Peace. Stay safe, y'all.